The past, the present, the future. This is Friday Night's Fright. What the planet is listening to.
Hello, my name's Ian Austin, and this is Friday Night Fright, ShudderMania 2019. And it's continuing exclusively on various podcast stations like Shudder and Anchor and not Shudder, like, I don't know, I'm very tired. But today's movie is going to be the movie The Canal. So, I think first thing to focus on is, what is a canal? What's the definition according to Wikipedia? Canal, plural, canais. 1. An artificial waterway or artificially improved river used for travel, shipping, or irrigation. I feel slightly irrigated right now. Brackets 2. Anatomy. A tubular channel within the body. 3. Astronomy in brackets. One of the faint, hazy markings resembling straight lines on early telescopic images of the surface of Mars. Right, well, that doesn't really narrow down what this movie's going to be. I assume it's not going to be set on Mars. I don't know for a fact. But I would say that I've had reasonable experiences with canals, because I avoid certain ones because I'm scared of them. You know, water, bridges. Bridges. But hey, this is a horror movie about canal, so surely it should be exhilarating and fun and entertaining and wonderful, right? You'd think so. I don't know. Anyway, my name's Ian Austin. I'm incredibly tired on this Saturday morning, and I'm about to watch a terrible horror movie called The Canal. So, I'll be back after a brief word from our sponsor. Hello, this is Ian Austin. Just watch The Canal, and you can't win them all. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. You can't win them. Some you have to lose. You lose big. You watch 89-minute, 35-second long movie. You can't win. You don't win, you lose. You've lost a lot. You've lost nothing. I've knocked over a picture. I've lost so much. I don't know why I watched that. That was shit. That was awful. That was bad. That was another example of why I hate the Irish Film Board and Wales cinema in general. Wales cinema is awful when it comes to horror movies because they're cheap to make and they're shit. They're all shit. This was terrible. It was really bad. I feel bad for saying that. I'm sure Ivan Canal probably, or Canal or whoever, probably put a lot of effort into making this movie. I know making movies is hard. It's difficult. It's difficult to make a bad one. Difficult to make a good one. You know, you don't know what you're doing until you start and all of that. But this was rubbish. It was just so bad. Like, on so many levels. It's an Irish. It's like they want me. I mean, it's called acclaimed for some reason. I don't know why it's acclaimed. Maybe it's acclaimed as an Irish horror movie because I have seen worse ones, but it should, in terms of the wider spectrum, no way should this be acclaimed. No way, because one, it doesn't make any goddamn sense. And okay, I understand not all movies have to make sense. Sometimes you can make a David Cronenberg visual movie, or even something like Woodstock, where Woodstock is about aesthetic rather than plot making a lot of sense. That's fine. It does have to make sense. But it does have to be good, surely. In some regard, it has to be good, even if it's so bad it's funny. This is not so bad it's funny. This put me to sleep almost. And yes, I'm tired, but that's not the point. It still almost put me to actual sleep. If it was good, it would have woken me up. But it wasn't good, so I didn't wake up. There's also the fact that, again, it's one of the things I find I often flip-flop on. You don't have to explain rules of horror movie. You don't have to. I prefer if you did, but you can keep something vague, that's fine. Shit happening at the canal, that's fine. Is it real or is it not real? That's fine. But problem is, this movie tries to do too much, and it's a common flaw with lots of horror movies recently, where I feel like they stick to one thing they won't succeed. So they need to try 3 or 4 different things. Okay, so let's talk the things this movie's trying to do. So you've got a turn-of-century murder, which is impacting on present day. That's fine. That's interesting. Is it, same killer, similar thing. That's interesting. But then you got Canal, which is apparently supernatural of some kind. And then you got supernatural entities separate from Canal. So you got 3 things. And then you got the issue, I'm going in spoilers here, but if you don't want spoilers, then, I didn't like the movie. That's it. Anything from this point is spoilers, okay? And then you got the affair, which may not be affair because husband knew about it, but then apparently she loved the guy. Then you got the nanny, and you got kid, and you got grandparents and all of that shit. There's a lot thrown into moving. It doesn't mesh at all. It goes back to what they did with X-Men 3, where they jammed 2 movies together. This movie tries jamming 4 movies together, and it doesn't succeed in any of them. Potentially fascinating idea for a movie where you're going down that Blair Witch Book of Shadows route, where you're focusing on the idea that maybe it's not real, maybe it's all in the guy's head. But that's only one part of the movie. They try and jam all these other bits into it. That would have been fascinating. A look at loss and what loss does to a person, or what perceived loss would do to someone, what lets someone go. That'd be a fascinating horror movie. You don't need all this supernatural bullshit. But if you do want all this supernatural bullshit, don't have the undercurrent of the solid, breakdown of the guy. Because, for example, that funeral scene was really good and really impact hard and had some good acting. But meshes with the rest of the movie, which is schlock. And not even good schlock, because it doesn't commit to it. It wants to have this artistic sensibility to it, like, we're making something truly great. Which making something truly great, don't have that time travel horror dream bullshit in it, because that's not great. That's schlock that you should embrace if that's what you want to make, but the movie doesn't want to make that. This movie wants to try something good, but still have those elements into it. You see what I'm saying? It says this was written and directed by someone, which means it should have a singular vision. It doesn't. This feels like he wanted to make 4 movies and have 4 scripts and just throw them all together and then didn't edit them properly. And that's something I'm guilty of in my own writings. Sometimes I'll try and mix and match and all that stuff. But the thing is, I hope that when it came to make those movies, I would realise that maybe one branch of this story could fill out an entire movie. Because, again, so I'm saying, the idea of the guy finding out his wife was cheating on him, murdering his wife, and then going down progressive route of insanity, but leaving his supernatural aspects, that's fine, that's great. You could have embraced that, but they want to go for the twist bullshit and all of that. And I think the movie would have been far better if you focused on that one aspect of it, guy having breakdown. That would have been fascinating. Horror movies don't need supernatural elements. I think that's what a lot of people forget. You can make a terrifying movie without those. Something like, for example, Stephen King's Mystery. There's no supernatural elements to that whatsoever. Again, it's a tad hyper-realistic in places. But it's just a horror movie about a woman holding a guy hostage. That's it. And it's fucking terrifying. You don't need supernatural bullshit to make a good horror movie. And that's what drags this movie down, Horror can be art. And horror can be horror. Just because it has a mystery element to it doesn't mean it can't be a horror movie. The idea that horror movies are certain genre archetypes and thrillers are others is ludicrous. Horror is an aesthetic in tone. This could have been a flat horror movie without any supernatural elements. Just a man's breakdown shot in a certain way could be terrifying. But no, they don't do that. And that frustrates me, because this could have been a really good movie. It talks about the Canal's infected murder mystery with a compelling supernatural twist based on the Irish Ghost Story. Right. I guarantee you the Irish Ghost Story didn't have this bullshit schlock, Absolute bullshit. Absolute twaddle. So no, not very impressed by that. Not at all. But hey, what can you do? Well, let's try and find next move on this list and hope for something a bit better than that. Fuck it. Watching tomorrow's movie is going to be Cheap Thrills, directed by Mr. Katz or Miss Katz, I'm not sure. 5 out of 5 on Shudder. Wow, that's good. Skulls on Shudder. 87 minutes long, 2014 English. The darkly comic thriller follows the one-night descent of two friends participating in a series of escalating paid dares to entertain a wave couple of twists and humour. That'd be quite cool. That sounds interesting. So I'll be recording that later on today on Saturday. But for now, this is Austin signing off saying, remember, life is beautiful.